The 2024 campaign is underway as Grandview opens the season with a big win over William Woods on Saturday night at Valley Stadium. Head coach Joe Woodley here joins us, and I know, Joe, that first game, always room for improvement. Not the best game that Grandview probably played, but what was your viewpoint from what happened last Saturday?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head, Geoff. It was a frustrating night, to say the least, and however, we did win a football game. That was the goal going into it. That was my message to them after the game. Wasn't quite my message at halftime to them, but we did what we had to do to win the football game. It was just it was almost like it was one step forward, two steps back, for a good portion, or really, if not that entire first half. And that's not to take anything away from our opponent. They came in ready to play. They were opportunistic when we gave them opportunities, and quite frankly, that's on us. And that's the message to our team every week. As long as I've been the head coach here, my dad before me, it's never been about who we're playing. It's about Grandview. It's Grandview versus Grandview every game, and I think for the most part we've really bought into that. And that's why we've had success. We don't beat ourselves, and quite frankly, we tried to do that a good portion of that game Saturday. But once the second half got rolling, I think when Johnny Argo had the pick six, I think that kind of ignited our sideline a little bit, because there was some frustration on that sideline a portion of that first half, and it's just like you were waiting for something bad to happen, and then finally, that happened for us, and it kind of got the sideline going, and I think we started to roll from there, and maybe imposed our will, so to speak. I thought we really improved at running the football, and ran with a purpose, and got downhill, and took care of the ball, and of course I think our defense did play well all night. I think I'm not a huge statistics guy, but anytime you hold a team to negative 43 yards rushing, you're probably going to have a really good chance to win. So I don't want to take away from the good that they did, but certainly, again, all in all, it's a win. We're 1-0. We're going into week 2, and at the end of the day, I think we certainly got our guys' attention a little bit, and that's always a good thing heading into your second week.
Two individuals I'll point out. You mentioned John Argo's pick six. I'll throw out Van Pelt, 100 yards rushing, and then Filer had 3.5 sacks.
Yeah. Jackson was he was a pretty big bright spot, and to be honest with you, I had anticipated that a little bit just because of the inexperience of the offensive line that we were going up against. It was a very youthful crew, much like their whole football team, and he's a veteran. He's played high level football. He was a National Junior College Player of the Year for a reason. I think everybody kind of saw that on display there. I mean, it was just boom, 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 all right in a row, and calling his name a lot. So real happy for him, and I think his teammates were, and kind of ignited us a little bit real early with the safety. After we went on the 91-yard drive, we get a safety, and now we're up 9-0, and you kind of feel like it's just going to keep rolling. It didn't, but yeah, Jackson certainly was a bright spot during the day, and you mentioned Dalton. Dalton ran the ball really well, just had one unfortunate run, and I think that was a little bit of the turning point. We were getting ready to again kind of get going again, and then we put one on the ground there. But I still have faith and confidence in Dalton to go out there, and evidence we put him back out there, and he was very effective after we put him back out there. But and he's not the only one. We all, some guys were running loose with the ball that didn't fumble. So those are things on us coaches that we've got to hold our guys accountable for, and believe me, we will moving forward. And but yeah, two guys. Karen, did you mention somebody else?
No, it was just Filer and Van Pelt.
Both guys had a very productive day, in addition to many others that we could go on and on about.
Okay, we look ahead now to the opponent on Saturday down in Atchison, Kansas, Benedictine. Safe to say this will be the best opponent Grandview will play this year. They're coming off a win Saturday over William Penn, where they struck like lightning to open the game with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then on Penn's following first play from scrimmage, it was a pick six, so with a blink of an eye, Benedictine's up 14-0. So as you look at this Ravens team, what do you see?
Yeah, they're a very talented group, and again, that's been no secret. Benedictine's been a very storied program over the course of time. We have had a lot of battles with them. As evidenced 2 years ago, we needed a 52-yarder at the buzzer to beat them, and I think Coach Osborne's done a heck of a job with this program after Larry Wilcox, kind of the legend, so to speak, handed the keys to him when he retired, and Joel's, in short amount of time, he's got them back up at a, real high national level. Not that Coach Wilcox ever let it slip, but they were kind of in the middle there for a minute. But I think Joel's got them, really trending upward right now, and very dynamic offense. That's the first thing that jumps out at me, and that's probably more so because I'm a defensive guy. But a trio of wide receivers that are going to be as good as we see all year without question. Their quarterback is, he's just a great operator. He knows where his playmakers are. He gets it to them. And then they've got a couple running backs that I think are outstanding. One of their running backs kind of reminds me of Dalton a little bit, just a real tough physical runner. They kind of got a thunder and lightning type of backfield. Two different guys play. And then they got this one other guy, kind of their Swiss Army knife. He lines up in the backfield in the slot, kick returner, punt returner, just a very dynamic player. So, they've got a lot of weapons, and we've got to defensively we've got to tackle real well, put ourselves in good positions, and try not to let those big ones get behind us, and because I think that's where they really feast and have done a great job in these first two games, and even games we've played against them in the past. And then you look at their, defensively, they've played, Morningside is an outstanding offense, and that game was kind of a little bit of whoever had the ball last, and Morningside did. They're if I remember right when I watched it, they were driving down. I was streaming it, whatever, that first weekend, and I think they got
1 yard line.
Yeah, 1 yard line. They didn't make it in there at the very end. So, but anyways, I think But again, I think they're very good up front. Their defensive line, in my opinion, is the strength of their defense. Yeah, but they're very capable everywhere else. There's no doubt about it. They got a secondary guy that I think is elite, and but all in all, and then they got a great kicking game, and it's going to be a battle, Geoff. And as you know, it's one of the neater places to play in this league, and it'll be a great atmosphere. And I know our guys will really enjoy playing in that.
Grandview leads the overall series 5-2. It'll be the 8th meeting between the schools, and the Vikings have had lots of success in Atchison in the past. I believe they haven't lost a game down there.
Why'd you have to say that, Geoff? No, it's and I don't think it's anything magic that we're doing or anything like that. I just think it. When you play those big time games, it should bring out the best in you, and I think we've had the right kind of kids that have rose to those occasions, and and again, it's just a real neat place to play, so you kind of get it a little more juice to you, and I know us coaches do too, and but certainly looking forward to it.
Grandview at Benedictine Saturday, 1 o'clock.